This movie lied about what it was based on. So if you know the story of The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, then you might know it was loosely based on Ray Bradbury's The Foghorn. It'd actually be completely wrong because The Foghorn actually has little to nothing to do with the movie. You see, the short story, the original short story by Ray Bradbury, is actually a super melancholic and tragic story about grieving an age gone by. It's a story about this plesiosaur, the titular beast from 20,000 Fathoms, that believes this lighthouse is one of its own kind, and mistakes its call for the mating call of its own species. When it realizes that this is not in fact a living thing, it destroys the lighthouse, but even in its destruction, it's described as being in anguish and grief and agony, and overall it was a story that moved me to tears. So you can imagine my shock and disgust when the supposed movie had none of that. In fact, it was just a generic atomic monster story. And that is for a very specific reason. Because they wrote this movie before they even got the rights to the story. And even before they even knew the story existed. The original title for this movie was The Monster from Under the Sea. But Ray Bradbury's story, The Foghorn, was originally called The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. So they bought the rights to the story just so they can use the name. And one scene. One single scene where it destroys a lighthouse. None of the context for all of the emotional baggage behind that scene. None of that. It just destroys a lighthouse. Now, at first, I was disgusted. I thought, they just flat out stole this story's name. Ray Bradbury had to change it to avoid association. But after looking at the history of Ray Bradbury's association with the movie, I realized Ray Bradbury didn't really care. He was friends with the effects artist who made the monster. He didn't really care that they were using this one short story that he wrote for one magazine. So really, it's not that bad, you know? I mean, I still grieve that we lost the significance of this immensely tragic story. But what we got as a result of this movie is nothing short of astounding. This movie went on to inspire Godzilla and a swath of atomic monster movies. It was the grandfather of atomic monster movies. It is the grandfather of the entire kaiju genre. Do me a favor and check out this short story, and also check out the movie, because as different as they are, they still have their own merits.